for the Nissan Versa, and it's going to be for the shifter. Now, I initially thought that it was going to be my shift cable, so I had a video on that, on how to remove this. Once I took all this apart and inspect this very good, this actually turned out to be very fine. What it actually turned out to be was that the shifter assembly over here, this is the new one I got from the junkyard. Inside of here it was broken, so when you would put it into park, it wouldn't retract, and once it wouldn't retract, then the key wouldn't come out, it would get stuck in there. Now this is the old one right here. Let's see. This one is broken from the inside. All these little plastic parts on the inside motor, it doesn't switch back anymore. If you can hear, no, you can't hear it, but it's a little sound in there. And overall, that one doesn't retract. This is the new one that we're going to be installing. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because I didn't find the part itself. Since it is broken from the inside, you probably have to take all this apart and everything to reassemble it and everything. So I just got the whole thing together. I couldn't find it from the dealer or anything, the parts for the inside that they were being sold or nothing. So I got the whole part with the cable and everything that goes all the way to the transmission. That cable goes in here to the top right here, down right here, and this is your transmission right here. So this would be park, neutral. So that's your transmission right there, shifting. Let's see, let's put it on park. And this cable runs from here, where your battery's at. You have to remove the battery. I didn't have to remove the whole air box, just the snorkel that's all right here. I moved this out the way. And then the wire just runs from right here, up over here, around over here, cross through over here. It's just being held in by a clip. So just have to be unclipped right about, let's see if I can find it in here, right here. So it's just being held in here. You just pop it out. And then it goes to the back to the transmission. And let me show you how that looks like under there. Okay, so down here, what I had to do was that I had to remove, or I had to drop these two bolts right here. These bolts right there, which are for the holding the muffler with the catalytic converter in there. So I had to drop the catalytic converter. Just drop that right there. I didn't even have to do the bolt on the top. Just right here. Drop that, and then all this heat shield right here is just being held in by all these little clips. So you just turn those, and those come off with your hand. I had to take one off right there on the opposite side. One off right there. You can just see this is what they look like. So it's one right there, one right here. It has a ground wire. I had to remove the ground wire from right here on the side where that nut's at. Just drop this. I got the shifter out through here, slid it out. You see it has some 4 bolts up there. You take those 4 bolts out, but it will not come out through the top. It has to come out through the bottom. So like I said, I just had to do that. Probably the hardest part was just taking these rubber parts off of the muffler right there. One on this side and one on the other side right there. So just taking that off was probably the hardest part. The way I did that was I just got a screwdriver, stuck it in through the bottom one, and then just forced it out. With the screwdriver, what it helped was that I was able to open it up more or expand it more, just enough to get it over the little lip right here, because this is what it's holding on to. And this right here is what's kind of hard to get it over, this little bump. So I stuck the screwdriver in through the back and then fed it through the front and just forced it out like that. I got that off really quick, but then again I did use some PB blaster for that, and I did use my impact gun the Milwaukee Fuel 1,400 foot-pounds of nut busting torque. So I mean that was nothing to me. You might have to struggle for that to take off those two bolts right there. This is what they look like right here. Right there. Other than that, you're gonna have to feed the cable through right here again. And same thing, there is one more clip holding the cable in through over here, and it will be, where is that? Oh, that one right there. That little hook right there. You see that hook right there? That's where the cable is gonna feed through. And just put it back up. Again, what does hold it in are these 14, I believe 14 or 13 millimeter bolts, 4 of them. I do have a video on how to take off the middle console as well, if you would like to look that up. And that's going to be